discuss this further with Jacopo Scita in Parma, Italy. He is an Al-Sabah doctoral fellow at Durham University and member of the Institute for Middle Eastern and Islamic Studies. Thanks very much for joining us here on TRT World. Let's start with the basics. What does Iran want? Sanctions relief or nuclear weapons?
Well, I think it's pretty clear that what Iran wants at this point is sanction relief more than nuclear weapons, and nuclear weapons are a tool that Iran want to use as a leverage to gain sanction reliefs and economic benefits from deciding once again to put its nuclear program under the strict control of the international community.
So if sanctions relief is something that Iran desperately needs at this point, then tell me, why do you think Iran keeps setting conditions when it comes to reviving nuclear talks?
Well, sure, that's a very good question. I think behind every demand and every needs and desire, there's politics going on. Of course, the U.S. exit from the agreement was a massive backlash from all the trust-building process that was initiated with the JCPOA, and of course, this put great pressure under the previous Iranian administration, the Iranian administration, and the newly installed government, the Raisi government that is actually negotiating, had a great need of presenting itself as a different type of government with a different leverage, with a different standing vis-a-vis the United States. So my understanding is really that all this process that arguably we're seeing coming to an end on these days is really a matter of politics going on in Tehran, where the new government really wanted to show that it was able to negotiate a better deal, to use Trump's word.
Now, Jacopo, in foreign policy, they say if there is political will, there's always a diplomatic solution out there. So I will base my next question on this premise. Tell me, do you think all the stakeholders of the JCPOA have the political will to bring this deadlock to an end? Or do you think it's not going to happen in the near future?
Well, I think we reached a point where this political will is emerging among all the parties. And by all the parties, I especially mean the United States and Iran, which of course are the two hot potatoes, if you want to call it like them. It seems that things have changed in the past few weeks, mainly, and I would say the merit of that goes to the effort of the European Union. Josep Borrell, the head of European diplomacy, really pushed itself into that, presenting this sort of, last effort, last sort of deal that he passed towards to the two U.S. and Iranian delegations. And it seems that the Iranians have shown the political will to finally drop some of the demands. One of the things that was circulating in the past months was this IRGC designation, which was a no-go for the Iranians initially, but it seems they've dropped it. And this seems to me clearly showing that they have the political will to conclude the deal. Right now, the ball is back to the United States, and it seems, we may see the Biden administration really deciding to push it to this last step and really accepting, the finalization of a return to the JCPOA. So I'm quite confident that these things will come to an end. The 16 months negotiation will come to an end, and the end might be positive.
Jacopo Scita, thanks very much for talking to us here on TRT World.